Hi guys, thanks for coming back and watching the rest of the videos from the YouTube channel. Really appreciate your time. Today I'm with a really awesome person, a really good friend of mine called Sam Carter, and I'm not going to take any time away from her because her story is so impressive. I really want you guys to hear it. So, hi Sam, thanks so much for putting some time aside around your two awesome kids and your full-time business to have a chat to me. I sincerely appreciate it. Tell me a bit about your background and tell the guys that are watching your story, really, where you've come from and how you're finding things.
Okay, so as you know, my name's Sam, Sam Carter, and my background is I used to be a professional dancer, and from that I gave all that up to have two, like you said, beautiful children, one of 10 and one of 5, and then basically from there I just ran my husband's business. Got to the point where having 2 children, I got quite a bit of a recluse, lost my confidence, didn't really go out until one day my husband said, you need to find a job, you know, not just working from home. So with my background in dance, I became a fitness instructor, started working out, enjoying that. But I was getting quite big and quite in myself because of the kids. I met on my
You're putting on weight?
Yes, I was. And I was actually doing 2 classes a day, 5 days a week at that point. So yes, and I was training myself as well. And I went on holiday, didn't like my pictures. I'd gone up to a size 14 from a 6 before the kids. And the person that mentored me in my fitness, Anna, she introduced me to Herbalife. Only just started it herself. She said to me, would you like to come and try the products? So I was a bit, okay, all right. But I looked at my photos and I thought I'd best do it. So I did it. I dropped 20% body fat. I dropped from a size 14 down to my pre-pregnancy when I was a dancer, size 6. On 2 stone of muscle. But above all of that, you know, even if I didn't get that, I think my real testimony is I've become Sam again. So not a recluse. I can talk to people now. They can't shut me up, to be fair. But all this based around a little boy, my youngest, he has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. Very hard if you don't know about that. Every day is a bit like Groundhog Day. If you change the routine, it could be a disaster like it was the other day. And now I am actually a single mum. When I come into the business, I was married. I separated from my husband about a year ago, who was very negative in the business and about what I was doing. However, I've just plugged on and kept going, and me and the kids are quite happy now.
Okay, fantastic. So when were you first approached about getting involved? Obviously, you said you got approached by a friend called Anna, who's also a friend of mine. What reservations did you have about working with Anna, working within the company, working with me? What sort of, did you have any reservations before you got involved?
Loads. when I got onto the products, obviously I love the products, fell in love with it, and I was doing my classes and people were asking me what I was doing and people kept leaving these little green bags. And I was quite happy to tell people, but I didn't really want to get involved as such. And when she did originally approach me about the business side, I put her off like 6 times. And I remember actually the last time, as clear as day, getting the phone call, dropping my kid, my eldest off at school, and thinking, oh, it's her again. And I did actually answer it. And, you know, I just thought, you know what have I got to lose?
Okay, so just to backtrack a little then, what was it that was holding you back, or from?
Because I'm just a mom, you know. I was just, you know, at home looking after my kids. I didn't have time to do anything else, you know. I didn't really get it. I just thought, you know, if I can improve myself, then that's great, and just plod along as I was going.
So what would you say was the switch point then from I'm just a mum, which by the way, no mums are just mums. They are unbelievable people, you know, the most skilled people that I've ever come across.
Yeah, so we don't see that.
Not just a mum. What was the pivotal point where it all changed? You decided that actually
that's my DPD order.
Is it?
I did it.
Grab it?
Yeah, really quickly. Can you feel the gap?
You couldn't actually write this.
It's real life. I'm doing an interview and you're delivering my order about Herbalife. You've got to poke your head in and think right now.
That is brilliant. I'm not even going to pause it.
I'll see you later. I've got your signature as well. See you later. Bye, darling. What was that?
You can't write that. Okay, right. So now you've got all the great things to bring you in your extra income, or have you sat by you at your door. What was it that stopped you from getting to that point in the first place?
Basically, I didn't go to any training days. That first year that I signed up as a member, I was just still taking the products. I was doing my classes, and very few people. I was just doing a bit of retail. I was thinking, oh, you're feeling as good as me. And I actually went to my first training, which was the biggest training you could do, which is an extravaganza in Cologne, and it's where I met you.
Uh-huh.
And I remember meeting you and your upline and that, and just thinking, you know, looking at the people on stage and thinking, they're just normal people. They're just trying to better themselves. Why can't I? You know, and it was seeing, like, I saw particular couples that were doing shake parties. And I'm like, I know all these people that are coming to my class, mum's at school. I can just do this from my home. You know, it's not like I'm having to have an office or I'm paying out. It's all from my home around my kids.
So you just saw successful people on I suppose, a bigger picture, a wider stage, doing things that you could replicate in your own home, because they were already doing it in their own home anyway. They weren't doing anything different to what you could do in your own space. Same size, I suppose, you know, 15 people in parties and that kind of stuff. And you thought, I can take that, I can do that. And, you know, if they're successful, why not me?
Yeah, and it didn't interfere with, like, my husband was at work and he didn't know.
Okay. Hey, there's worse things you could be doing while your husband's away. You know. So what's the process been like working in this type of industry, in this company, or working with me?
Do you know what? It's been brilliant, because I think when you first, I mean, take this in the right way. When I first met you, I was thinking, you're successful. I can't possibly do what in the way that you're doing it. I need to find some, you know, connection with someone that I can work with and be similar to, like another mum in the business. So coming to events and training and being online with the calls that we do. And for once, I felt a part of something. Like, I love people, and the old Sam was used to being with loads of people, and then I became a bit in myself. But being back in that, and just recognition, people just think you're amazing, and I didn't have that at home. So when people are not telling you in your own home that you're good at what you do and you're naturally, you know, and it's great what you're doing, to be around you and the team and the organisation, you know, team, you know, the whole of the UK, and that, it's just unbelievable.
It sounds, I suppose, quite cheesy, I suppose, but it's like an extended family, isn't it?
I needed it. I really needed the support. I really needed someone to sort of like, come on, Sam, you can do this, because once I have that behind me, I ain't stopping, I'm going. But I need that, you can do it.
And it's so crazy, isn't it, that I think people in conventional businesses struggle with the concept of how we do what we do, because we're all independent business owners, or we're all independent, you know, part-time, the part-time careers on a few hours a week, few commitments, around your commitments. And I think people get that really misunderstood, don't they? Because in conventional business, you have competitors and you have you, whereas we are all effectively independent, quote unquote competitors, but we all get along, we all share successes, we all help each other to do better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in an area where I am in Essex. I'm with an organisation. It's not my team.
Yeah,
I work sideline with them, and they help me. They don't have to help me because it doesn't better their business. Yeah. Nothing. They don't gain anything from me at all, and it's just amazing, you know. And I do the same.
And operating like that is
one of your team under my wing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And operating like that for the wider network marketing community is a passion of mine, because it helps to bring up the standard of the industry, which is really, really important. You know, I was around another company this weekend just gone. It just happened to be at the same seminar that I was, and you know, we got talking, and you know, I explained sort of what I'm trying to do, and they were really blown away by the stuff that that we're doing in order to try and elevate the way that people see the industry, and people within the industry, you know, to make sure that they're doing things by the book. And you know, I think when we do it ourselves and we play by those kind of, you know, rules and guidelines, we don't half make a difference to the people around us, because you give as much as the guys give back to you, you know.
Yeah.
So with that, what would you say is the one best result that you've had in the company, and the one best result that you've had as working as part of the organisation, our organisation?
So I think definitely number one is belief, you know, because that was a massive issue for me. And when I try not to get emotional, when there are many conversations I've had with you, because obviously you're not my direct upline, you know, you're like 3 away from me, but I have that connection with you, that you believed in me. And I was like, you believe me more than I believe myself at that time when I first came into the business. And you were telling me the things that you saw, and you could see the bigger picture, and you could see what was going to happen in your story. And I couldn't see that. And I remember the day that it kind of plopped into place, and I was like, yeah, so I now believe I am a businesswoman. I am a businesswoman in network marketing. I'm not just Sam, you know, just sort of, well, what am I doing kind of thing, because it's like an apprenticeship. I'm learning as I go, but how exciting, because the people that I'm meeting, I never knew before. Like I get into a taxi and meet someone, and next thing you know, they're coming around my house, and I'm, you know, lowering their cholesterol, and I've become best friends with their daughter, and you just think this is crazy, you know. But for me, I've got to say it's the belief. Like, you believed in me, like you honestly believe in me, and I'm like, you know.
So with that, so I suppose belief is one of that things that you have to give back. So you have to lean into that as well. So, you know, from starting from someone who was incredibly skeptical, going through, you know, working with us a couple of hours a week, through to part-time, then through to full-time, and seeing yourself as a businesswoman. For me, that's why I do what I do, you know, because for me, it's by taking someone by the hand, being able to walk them through those steps. And, you know, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the many years ahead that we've got.
How old, you know?
You're stuck with me. I'm stuck with you. We're stuck.
I'm 41 as well. So, you know, I'm probably in the best shape of my life, and I feel the best, you know, and I just believe that my life is starting at 40. So, and when I get to 50.
One sentence for somebody who is really skeptical about looking at network marketing. One sentence. What would you say to them?
I just say to them, just take the step, just look at it, and with, you know, I call it like a parachute. Be open, just listen, you know, and then nobody can accuse you of not, you know, just taking the moment to look. So just look. Nothing's going to happen. No one's going to hurt you. You know, and you can always go back to being how you didn't want to be.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Sam. Really appreciate your time, like I said at the start. Really appreciate the fact that somehow you managed to get a DPD guy to drop up your stuff in the middle of the interview.
And my kids, you know, I've got, can I just say though, I work this from like 3 o'clock when I pick my kids up to sort of like 8:30 at night. I can't do anything because my kids have clubs and, you know, they're doing this, that, they do everything you can imagine. So, you know, I just do.
It was ace. One of my favourite interviews I've done so far, and thanks so much for your time. And I will see you actually this weekend, but more about that later.
Thank you.
Thanks, lovely. Thank you.
Bye.